Welcome to Your Moment with Miguel Ramirez.
So, a question that I had was, for self-defense training, like in today's technological age, would you say that it's more imperative now that people have self-defense training skills as it was in the past?
Oh, really good question. I struggle with that question because I'm not a statistics person, so I'm not going to throw out any kind of random things because it just my own observation. It's like a lot of people have come to us and thankfully have reported that nothing has happened to them. That's good. That's a good thing. But then they have that in their mind, like, oh, but I just want to be prepared. I think that's always good. Is it really important this day and age? I wish I had a definitive answer for that. Really, the answer that I have is I think the way I could address that is it's always good to have the skills. It's like insurance, right? It's like, hey, you know what? I pay X amount a month on car insurance. Am I always going to use it? No, but I'd rather have it
just in case.
Just in case, because there's going to be that one time I just say, I don't want to pay this term. You know what? I'm not going to pay because I could use that money. I was like, oh God, I wish I had it. And so in my mind, I think it's regardless of what day and age we are in, it's always good to have those kind of, number one, those interpersonal skills. How to have good interpersonal skills with people around you, the people that are within your circles, and those kind of survival skills of how to recognize when a situation has turned from, normal to dangerous. It's always good to have that, and know what to do if it does get dangerous. Because, it happens to people. People get kidnapped. People get shot. People get hurt. It sucks nowadays, especially at where I work. I do school shooter training, active shooter or active killer. I like to say active killer trainings. When someone comes, whether it's a student or significant other, comes to campus with gun or a knife, what do we do? And it's, that's important.
That was something that recently, like when I started Mount Sac back in 2009, there wasn't any type of active shooter training, but throughout the recent years, that was something that now, I believe it's at the tail end of spring towards the fall, they do at least one or two different training seminars where it's in case there's an active shooter, be prepared, be ready. And in these instances where, somebody watches the news, you're able to see the type of things that could happen, having that self-defense where you're able to, at least have an understanding of your options.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then that's how I view self-defense training. It's like, you know what? You got to have it. I think violence, human beings being violent towards each other has existed forever. And I don't see it diminishing anytime soon. I hope it would be great if it did, but until that happens, gotta have the skills on some sort of level, gotta have it. And so I would say it's just good to have good survival instincts and skills. And
when you touched on the benefits of what someone could receive from the training sessions that you teach, like you mentioned, their confidence goes up, they're more sure of themselves. What are some of the additional positives that somebody can receive?
That tends to be the most common byproduct, because, the classes aren't that long. They're not going to receive any kind of necessarily, physical benefits in terms of exercise working out because we're not focused on that aspect. There are other venues that someone could get that in. But that's usually just kind of like the main product is like, hey, you're coming in with this attitude about yourself, and now you're leaving with this different attitude, which is great because that's what I enjoy seeing is someone who's a lot more confident, who's a lot more aware, who's a lot more, observant of the world around them, and knowing that, hey, you're not a victim now, nor do you have to be. Granted, there are accidents that happen. People don't plan for that, but, I think there was some study done in Canada that mentioned, women who take self-defense courses are less likely to be assaulted because the way they carry themselves, they don't look like a victim. Addressing your other question from earlier, yeah, hey, this is what victims look for, or this is what victimizers, perpetrators, predators look for. Mm-hmm. Someone who is incapable, someone who isn't paying attention, someone who is, not, who isn't going to do anything to them. Easy target. So they learn how not to be an easy target. They learn all these other skills, so that way their survival rate just is that much better. So.
And so, from like the positive benefits somebody's able to receive from these trainings of self-defense, is there any potential negative effects, or is somebody potentially could leaving more guarded or more cautious of the word around them?
Yeah, actually, that's really good, because I've seen it swing both ways, right? As much as I encourage people and tell them, hey, look, self-defense training is designed to make your world bigger. That's the whole idea, right? Because you're coming in, I'm so scared, I'm so scared. I don't think I need to trust a bunch of people, so you have a small world. But, the whole idea is for you to be able to go out there and make more choices now, to have more options. Sometimes people are hyper paranoid. Sometimes people are way over the top, thinking they're biggest, baddest motherfucker on in the world now. They could do anything they want to. Now it's not the message either. Right. It's kind of like, okay, let's pull that back. Having those kind of feelings are normal, right. But in reality, let's be more realistic. I mean, So yeah,
like steering it towards the self-defense and not, okay, now you think you could take on anyone.
Exactly. It's like, no, that's not what we do. That's not what we do. I mean, we're not teaching you to be how to be MMA fighters. We're not teaching you to be how to be these like kind of elite combatants. No, we're not. And even then they can't take on anyone, no matter maybe in the cage, in the arena, sure, that's different. But real life is different. And so. I've seen it go both ways. People who are confident but they're more hyper aware. It's like, whoa, okay, relax.
Like cool it a little bit.
Cool it a little bit. You don't have to pay attention to everything, because that's just going to be
feed that paranoia.
Yeah, exactly, and emotionally taxing. Nor do you need to be like, yes, I am indestructible, because we're not. So if anything, I want to kind of leave them with an idea of how could you now go about the world differently, have more options for yourself.
Take these skills with you and apply them when needed.
Just so that way you can have more options. I'm not saying, don't go down dark alleys. Now that you have skills, I don't. I still hey, could you guys walk me out? You know how to defend yourself. That ain't the point. The point is, there's restricted numbers. I'm being safe. That's what I'm doing. I don't care.
Looks pretty suspicious down that alley.
Yeah, it's like, and we had to go there, guys. We got to go through there, or we could go around. No, let's go through the alley. Maybe we should go around. Let's go through the alley. No, I really want to go around, guys. So using those skills, because it's about being smart, not stupid.
Right. And so with the lasting message that you'd like to leave our viewing audience, what would you like to leave your final message as? What would you want to say to the audience to leave a lasting impression?
To leave a lasting impression, gosh. You gotta live your life. You gotta be good to people. One thing that sticks out in my head, because I've been talking about it with staff recently, because now we're coming back to school, and then we're kind of orienting each other and doing trainings. There's this gentleman, there's this book by Don Miguel Ruiz, but The Four Agreements, and I think they're pretty damn cool. If I can remember them correctly, the first one is be impeccable with your word. Do what you mean, say it. Say what you mean and mean what you say, and don't be making promises you can't keep. Be impeccable with your word. Have some integrity. The other one is don't make assumptions. I can't read your mind. I can't read anybody's mind out there. It's always good to ask. If you're confused, ask. was it? Oh, don't take anything personally. You know, or at least try not to. You know, if you get upset, if we're having this conversation and you get upset, I'm not gonna be like, well, did I do something? I might have, but I need to ask, right? Going back to the don't make assumptions. Like, dude, did I say something you didn't like? But at the same time, don't take it so like, oh, Miguel hates me and like I'm a horrible person. No. Miguel is a human being just like yourself. He's having an honest reaction. That's Miguel. You know, that's him. Okay. And then the last one, do your best. You know, be impeccable. You know, no matter what's happening, you gotta do your best. You know, and those four that book. I never really read the book, but just understanding like the concept that those things exist and you know out there, and that there's this gentleman you know who put it out there. I think it's pretty cool. Like you know, being impeccable with your word and having integrity. You know, don't make assumptions because we can't read each other's minds. You know, so we have to engage each other and ask questions so we know where we're coming from. You know, don't take things personally because, hey, I got my life, you got yours. Let's kind of distinguish those two, and then always do your best. You know, I think that's what stands out to my mind right now. Which, you know, if it has a lasting impression, great. You know, but like. Yeah, I definitely want to put it out there that I think, you know, self-defense training and martial arts aside, I think in the end, you know, we're a big community, not trying to get all kumbaya and all, you know, hippy-dippy, lovey-dovey and stuff like that, but we are. You know, we need each other. You know, we gotta, you know, if we're going to spend however many more years on this rock, you know, let's do it. Let's try to do it in a way that kind of benefits all of us. You know, I mean...
Like being rational and understanding the person next to you.
Right. And you don't have to agree with them. That's another thing. I'm not saying agree with everybody. You don't have to. I mean, considering the current administration, you know, there's, you know, you want to get an argument with someone, bring that up and bring up some people's opinions. But you know what? I think it's important to know that, like, no matter what, like, let's say your opinion or my opinion is about anything, you know, like, at least... You know, we could be mad at each other, but like at least let's at the same time listen to each other and not play the blame game or anything like that. Because I see too much of that. I've seen kind of more of that happening nowadays, or maybe I'm just more aware of it. I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen it happen in like unusual circumstances, like shopping at grocery shops.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah.
I'm thinking, isn't this a place to buy food and not get into you know,
political arguments? It's like and if not, why not? Okay, hey, we could talk to each other. Cool, but let's. Can we...
A civil conversation.
Yeah, let's have a civil conversation. Yeah, and I saw... In the end, I think I would want people just be more civil with each other. They don't have to like each other. You know, hell, you could be a racist. I don't know. You know, but like, as long as you could talk to me why you hate me because of the color of my skin. I'll tell you why I don't like that belief system, and we could sit down and share tea or something, and, you know, that would be great.
Right.
You know, but like, I don't know how many people... You know, I'm not, you know, I don't know how many people are really open to that. I don't know.
That was something that happened some years back where, like, I had a religious necklace on, and somebody who came up to me that was Christian, like, imposed their view set of how my beliefs were, and we had, like, a lengthy... I think an hour and a half discussion. It was just two people sitting down, casually discussing the differences, saying our point of views. And I'm thinking, you know, even though this was like a different point of view, you're able to like take in the conversation better than shouting or you know, profanity, whatnot.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So that's a really great example right there. You know, that's I would love to see people do that more. You know, especially nowadays. You know, no matter what's going to happen in the next 10, 20 years, however many administrations we go through, how many iterations of cultural norms and, you know, cultural trends go to, you know, in the end, you know, I want, you know, was it Spike Lee? Can we all just get along? I don't know. Was that Spike Lee? I don't remember. You know, I don't remember, you know, so, but, it'd be great if we could all let's just get along, you know, let's be cool with each other. You know, we don't have to like each other, but can we just be cool and not kill each other? Yeah. You know,
that'd be the best thing.
Yeah, let's not kill each other. You know, no more killing, please. Nah. You know, especially the kids. You know, that's what's really tragic. You know, but yeah. So I hope I answered that question. Right?
Yeah. And so on that note, I'd like to thank Michael
Peñafiel
for stopping by.
No, I want. Thanks for having me. I totally appreciate it. Thanks for having me here. I really appreciate you. Hearing me out.
Yeah. Thank you.
Stay up to date with news, interviews, and upcoming show episodes by following Your Moment with Miguel Ramirez on Spreaker.com.